Greetings everyone, military ration enthusiast here. Today we're taking a look at US MRE Menu 15, Mexican style chicken stew. If you're new here, here's the Department of Defense seal, means that the MRE is genuine. So let's get right in. First, open your MRE from the peelable seal at the top. It is very conveniently placed. All you have to do is place your fingers right at the tip here where it is marked with white and pull. There we go. Let's see what we have here. First we have chocolate hazelnut cocoa beverage powder. Haven't seen this one before. This should be our main course by the looks of it, Mexican style chicken stew. Here are some dried cheddar pretzels. The packet of accessories, we'll take a look at it in a second. Damn, this is interesting. A chocolate flavor First Strike nutritious energy bar. I haven't had one of these before, but I've heard really good things about them. This is the standard issue MRE spoon, a very strong and very good spoon. This is the flameless ration heater. If you don't know, I'm gonna teach you how to use one of these to heat your rations up in just a moment. We have a plastic sleeve, cardboard sleeve with the nutritional information here. And this is basically mixed fruit, it seems, canned mixed fruit in syrup, but in a thermostabilized pouch. These are the famed MRE crackers. I've heard a lot about these, I've seen a lot about them, I have not tasted them yet, so this is definitely going to be interesting. Last but not least, we also have some cheese spread with jalapenos. For the accessory package, here, beverage base cranberry grape, sugar-free. Crushed red pepper and possibly iodized salt. A small little ration of toilet paper. A moist towelette, and this is mint flavored chewing gum, as well as what I believe is a packet of sweetener. Never mind, it is iodized salt. So let's put out the silverware and then we'll take a look at everything else. Here's everything, so let's get cooking. First, we want to heat up our stew. To do this, we are going to use none other than the flameless ration heater. So here's how to use it. Tear open the top. Place whatever you want to heat inside the bag. Once you've placed in your pouch, simply follow the instructions and fill with water to these lines. Close up the bag and shake vigorously. Now just rest it on an inclined surface so that the water does not spill out, and wait until your food is heated up. While it is heating, let us check these side items. We'll start out with these cheddar cheese pretzels. I'm really curious about these. Let's open them up. Look at those. Golden yellow. And a pretty strong artificial cheddar cheese smell coming from them. I wonder if there's an oxygen absorber in this package as well. There usually is. Let's try one of these out. You can see these are pretty far away in shape from what you usually would call pretzels, but essentially the dough is identical, at least for the standard ones. Very interesting. So on the outside, essentially just pretzel dough, but you can see on the inside there's this glob of cheddar, which really gives it all its flavor once you bite into it. Otherwise, the cheddar flavor isn't that prevalent. These pretzels are pretty good, but let's also try the crackers and this jalapeno cheese spread. It says to knead the package before opening, so I will definitely do that because this thing is essentially solid in here. This is a really important part, especially when dealing with cheese spread in MREs. Always knead the packaging in order to get all of the fat and the proteins really incorporated in, as due to heat they can sometimes separate and it creates a mess. Did you hear that? Damn, those were really sealed in there. Now let's see about these things. Usually they are incredibly brittle from what I have seen. There they are. Alright, I want to try a bit on its own because I've never tasted one of these. From what I've seen, I'd imagine they're kind of like hardtack. That's practically all it is here. It really doesn't compare to what you get in French rations. When they give you crackers, they really mean gourmet stuff. This is essentially hardtack. And of course, it's vacuum sealed. This could easily keep for decades. This is one of the things that can't possibly go bad unless that vacuum seal is breached. But the downside is it's very plain. Thankfully, we have some cheese spread with jalapenos to go alongside it. And we're gonna try this right now. Let's see. Make a nice little sandwich. Let's give it a try. Wow, this cheese spread is incredibly flavorful and really quite spicy. Usually they don't go very spicy with what they put in this, but you can definitely feel the heat from that one. The downside is that this thing basically falls apart the second you bite into it, which is, as you can see, makes quite a mess. But damn, it really brings those crackers to life. Let's also prepare our drinks. Start off with the chocolate hazelnut cocoa beverage powder. This is designed so you can drink it directly out of the pouch, but you can also pour it. So, tear the top. Shake it up a little bit. Open the ziplock here. And normally you do this from your canteen, but just fill with water to the line. Seal it back up and shake vigorously. This smells very strongly immediately as you pour it out. You see, it's kind of got the consistency of essentially milk chocolate. or chocolate milk, the other way around. The almond flavor, at least in smell, is very, very faint. But let's give it a try. Okay, so to be honest, this is very sweet and almost no chocolate flavor at all. You can see no bitterness in there. However, it's very smooth, very creamy, and you can have this hot or cold. I just use it cold. It's pretty refreshing, actually. It's just maybe a tad too sweet. Add a bit more cocoa to make it more bitter, and this would be really good. As for this beverage based cranberry grape, immediately as you open this thing, an incredibly strong smell hits you, and this must be really concentrated because look how little it is. Look at that bright color. Stir it up. Let's check it out. Very brightly colored, very concentrated. Okay, thankfully the cranberry flavor is way more prevalent than the grape. It is pretty acidic. I like that because usually when they do fruit drinks, they tend to go very slow on the acid part. For example, lemonades, stuff like that. Citrus flavor stuff. The flavor is there, but no bitterness, no sourness. So this one's definitely more realistic in terms of feel, and thankfully not nearly as horrendous as the grape drink we've tried out in the maple pork sausage patty. Our main course should be heated by now, hopefully. Let's take it out of the sleeve. There's another tear notch here if you want to use it, but usually it is not very good. As you can see, it doesn't tear easily, and the pouch's edges usually get in the way, so you can just pull out the pouch through the top. It's much easier. Tear notch at the very top. Let's bring this closer. Obviously, you can eat this right out of the pouch in the field. It's arguably harder to place it in a bowl, but for presentation purposes, we will do exactly that. Be careful here. And let's place it in. There it is. Hopefully it's heated up evenly. It smells pretty strongly of beans and probably jalapenos is a very slight aroma, a very subtle aroma. Let's give it a try. Can really feel those pieces of corn in there. To be perfectly honest, the chicken here is kinda what's setting it back. It's sort of flavor black hole. When you get a piece of chicken, it kind of sucks in all the flavor, but otherwise the stew itself is really flavorful, really nice and salty, with a bit of chew from those corn kernels and this chicken. I guess that's what it adds as well, but to be honest, it would have been much better off had this been something like beef or pork. It's still really good, however. Very much enjoyable. First, let's check out this First Strike Nutritious Energy Bar chocolate flavored. I'm really itching to try this one. This looks like a really interesting and pretty special item. It's got even its own little label. There it is. Really smooth looking. Smells pretty much like chocolate. It's got some crispy bits in there seemingly. Let's give it a try. What can I say? It's very hard and very chewy. Probably could heat this up and it would be much easier to eat, but it is really tasty. It's got those little crispy bits in there, chocolate flavor, but also some fruity undertones to it. So let's check out these mixed fruits. So after all that, here they are. What do we have there? Seems we got some peach, we've got some apple in there. Can't really tell exactly what else. Not much of a smell here. Let's give this a try. Oh, would you look at that? You got some grapes in there as well. It's essentially fruit salad in a pouch. Yeah, what can I say? Pretty solid item. They are in this pretty sweet actually syrup. Get a lot of variety in there, but nothing really stands out. It kind of all blends together. This has really been the entirety of menu number 15. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did. I'm gonna finish all of this up and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.